We're on the third day now of the European and American bombing campaign against Colonel Gaddafi's forces that was designed first to constrain his air power, but then it appears to free up the rebels to take on Colonel Gaddafi. They've moved very quickly after just one day on from attacking his air strike capability to going after his troops on the ground and his supply lines. So now we're waiting to see what are the rebels going to do. The word from the east, where my colleague Kareem Fahim is reporting, is that they have so far been unable to move their line forward beyond the city of Ejdabiya, where they'd been fighting before the airstrikes began. They've consolidated their hold on Benghazi more or less, although there's still some reports of a little bit of strife around Benghazi. But they haven't been able to burst through the Gaddafi lines, even with the help of Western air support. Here in Tripoli, the big news is that one bomb fell last night on Colonel Gaddafi's compound and hit some kind of an administration building, which the Allied forces characterize as a command and control facility. The Gaddafi government is characterizing this as another attempt on his life. There was no evidence of casualties around the bombing. Since the airstrikes happened, they've been warning us that the population of Tripoli will be very, very hostile to us as Europeans and Americans, and may even be armed, because Colonel Gaddafi has talked about arming civilians to fight off the Western powers. However, in my experience, frankly, even in mobs of Gaddafi supporters waving green flags and green bandanas, I've felt no personal hostility whatsoever. People have been very cordial to me, and I haven't seen any increase at all in the number of guns around Tripoli. There were already a lot of guns around Tripoli, but I haven't seen any increase. You don't see civilians running around with weapons. And when we run errands, go out to the store, people are just as happy to see us as they were a week ago. In other good news, our four colleagues, the four New York Times journalists who were captured in the East and had been imprisoned in one form or another for 6 days, were released today into the custody of the Turkish ambassador who drove them to the border with Tunisia. And by now, God willing, they're on their way home.